The Tecno Camon 30 Pro is the first Tecno phone to come with wireless charging. I've been enjoying that feature on the Infinix Note 40 Pro 4G for the last few months. These two phones share a lot of similarities with little to no difference. In this video, I'll share everything you need to know about both phones, and hopefully you'll be able to decide which phone is better for you at the end of this video. Both phones cost slightly below 400,000 naira, which is somewhere around $250. You're also getting a lot of accessories in the box when you buy either of the phones, including this lovely leather case that is MagSafe compatible. You also get a wireless charging pad and charging brick in the box as well. Talking about wireless charging, both phones support 20-watt wireless charging, but you need the case at the back of the phones to get it working. The magnets at the back of the phone don't align perfectly without the leather case. You can see the leather case of my Infinix Note 40 Pro showing some signs of wear because I've used it for some time. I wish I could even use the Infinix Note 40 Pro without a case to show off this cold color of mine here. It's really slippery and impossible to use the phone without a case. The storage space on both phones is 256 gigs with 8 gigs RAM, and there is no space for memory expansion. However, there is a variant of the Infinix Note 40 Pro with 12 gigs RAM and 128 gig storage space. We also have UFS 2.2 storage type on both devices. We have glass at the back of the Infinix Note 40 Pro 4G with a large squared camera bump, while we have a matte plastic finish at the back of the Camon 30s Pro 4G with a round camera cutout. Personally, I'm indifferent about the camera cutout, but I would like to know your opinion in the comment section. The squared or round camera cutout. Both phones also have an LED at the back that blinks when charging or maybe when you receive notifications. You can turn off the feature on both phones in the settings if you don't want. On the Infinix phones, you kind of get more options to change the lightning effect. You can also use it for a lot more than just calls and charging, which are the only options you get with the Camon 30s Pro. The active halo lightning can actually be a problem when it's beaming in the night while on bed and notifications are coming in. The build quality on both phones is impressive, but glass is premium and cool to the touch, but plastic is more durable. One more thing, they both have an LED flashlight on the front for maybe taking selfies at night. Both phones have dual speakers, and the speakers of the Infinix Note 40 Pro 4G are tuned by JBL, while that of the Tecno Camon 30 Pro S has Dolby Atmos support. Honestly, they both sound good, but I feel the Infinix Note 40 Pro has more bass than the Camon 30s Pro. Both phones also have an IR blaster for controlling electronics, something I barely use. They both support dual 4G SIM card with the SIM card tray at the bottom. The volume keys are placed at the same place. They are both tactile and responsive. In terms of design, they don't look the same, and you can easily differentiate between the two. Let me know which one you prefer in terms of design, because this aspect is subjective. Both phones have a 6.78-inch curved AMOLED display that is super bright and colorful with a 120Hz refresh rate and 1080p resolution. The experience using both displays to watch videos online or play games is quite similar. Peak brightness on both displays is 1300 nits, which is quite on the high side, but when the display brightness is low, you'll struggle to see, maybe in a sunny environment. So setting it on auto brightness might save you the stress, but it will tell on your battery because it will keep adjusting to your environment. The display settings on both phones are also the same. You can change the refresh rate to auto switch or 60 Hz, no option for 90 Hz in the display setting across both phones. You can barely separate them in terms of experience. The Infinix Note 40 Pro haptics while typing are quite better than what you get with the Camon 30s Pro. The size of the bezels are the same on both phones, and it's a curved screen with accidental touches every now and then on both displays. It's something you will get used to over time. There are people that genuinely want their displays curved, but I'm not one of them. There isn't much to separate these phones in terms of the display. We have the new MediaTek Helio G100 powering the Tecno Camon 30s Pro, while we have the tried and trusted Helio G99 on the Infinix Note 40 Pro 4G. On paper, the new chipset is 7% faster than the old chipset. Performance is very similar as both phones can handle tasks as expected. There isn't any game or app that the Tecno can load that the Infinix won't load. You can play demanding games on both phones, and app load times are quite close on both phones. Performance should clearly be a tie, but the new chipset on the Camon 30s Pro places it a bit ahead of the Infinix Note 40 Pro. An aspect that is a tie has to be software. They are both running on Android 14, and iOS 14 is the interface on the Tecno, while we have XOS on the interface of the Infinix phone. They both share many similarities, and there isn't any difference in terms of software. The level of customization on both phones is the same. Both phones are also getting 2 years of Android software update, which is impressive because Tecno and Infinix has a record of not giving us software updates. Icons look similar, and you get the same amount of bloatware on both phones. They both have floating windows and split screen. For the nerds out there that want to do more, you can also increase the RAM on both phones using memory fusion. In terms of software, the aspect is clearly a tie. For camera, we have a 50 megapixel primary camera on the Tecno Camon 30s Pro, while the Infinix Note 40 Pro has 108 megapixel. Thanks to pixel binning, you can snap 100 megapixel pictures on the Tecno Camon 30s Pro. In my opinion, pictures are a close call, but I'll let you be the judge with the pictures showing right now on the screen. Both phones can only shoot 2K 30 FPS with the front and back camera, but I wish we could do 4K with both phones. In terms of selfie, we have a 32 megapixel selfie camera on the Infinix Note 40 Pro 4G and a 50 megapixel selfie shooter on the Tecno Camon 30s Pro. Let us know in the comment section which selfie pictures look better. For the battery, both phones have a 5000 mAh battery, and the Infinix Note 40 Pro comes with a 70 watts charger inside the box, while we have only 45 watts fast charging support for the Tecno Camon 30s Pro. In terms of battery life and experience overall with the batteries, I feel it's more of the same. The only difference here, and why the Infinix Note 40 Pro is ahead, is because of the 70 watts charging brick you get in the box when you go ahead and buy it. It charges the phone from 0 to 100 in under like an hour, while it takes approximately 1 hour and few minutes to charge the Tecno Camon 30s Pro from 0 to 100. Battery usability and every other thing seems to be the same thing. The only outlier here why the Infinix Note 40 Pro is taking the day here is because of the faster charging brick you get in the box when you buy the phone. There you have it. Both phones share more in common than you can think of. Picking between them could be based on personal preference. Which one would you pick? Let us know in the comment section, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.